This is January 4th, 2026 here at 12340 66th Street at KB Business Center. This is further filming, the last filming I'm going to do today of this water overflow from the septic tank, sewage, lift pump, whichever it is. Not sure what that is over there. It stinks pretty good today. Right now it's really ripe. But I'm just going to film briefly the pathway of the water. Earlier today, the sun was kind of eating it up and it dried up about halfway down to where it ultimately will end up flowing into. And it's really flowed back all the way now. So I'm going to go through that. We're not going to really touch on the ponding up here behind the pump and along the fence and behind the building. I'm just going to briefly round about it. But starting here, you can see where the water is. It's a pretty extensive leak covering most of the parking lot up at the end here. And this is our sign to show the building we're in. And this is going to walk in here back to the back where the leak starts. And you can see how broad it is across the parking lot. It's literally about 2/3 of the width of the parking lot. It goes all the way to the building now, just under the windows. This is quite a bit of water. It's really, the leak is kind of picked up again. It looked like it was subsiding earlier when I filmed, but not so much now. It's really gotten a good head of steam going on it. Oh yeah, it's coming up quite a bit further now. I used to be able to stand right there where I'm filming. Can't do that now. And there's the water going to the expansion joint on the sidewalk. And also the majority of it goes under it, 99% of it. Here's my famous footprint. I've almost felt like I was going to fall through the thing. This looks like something has happened, has caused it to lift up a little bit, like maybe it had a big burp or something. It didn't have this gap in it earlier. It just looks like somebody has used, looks like kitchen sinks, and it's being held down by concrete blocks with a pipe going through it. I don't know what's underneath it, but I know KB Business Center or KB Countertops used to own the property and do the maintenance over here. There used to be like a lift pump, a well lift pump they had down in this hole, pumping this stuff directly out onto the ground 5 years ago when I moved in here. So yeah, this is all the water going along the edge here. That out at the back of the fence. This is filling up a little bit more over here. This is receded a little bit back here, but still it's not much. It's a couple inches deep back here. That concrete block that's sitting there is about 6 inches high, and most of it's covered by water. This is all the water here. This is one of our puddle points. The water makes its grand turn. And we are at Vino Veritas Unit 103. If you've seen video number 6, you know this was not quite as widespread as it is now. There was less water into the trucks. The lunch trash that the employees of Vino Veritas like to throw on the ground. They don't use their own dumpster. And earlier today at noon, this had would all largely was evaporating here before it could flow and pond any water. Now you can see that the water flow is completely back. And this stuff right here is not in any way affecting this. You can see the water mounts so much. It comes from, there's a collapsed section of the dock up there on top that collects water from the condensation off the roof at night, and it just slowly seeps down throughout the day. But this is where it goes, and for the time being it's starting to pond right here because this is a low spot where the concrete and the asphalt's broken. But it always ends right at my ramp for the most part, unless it's a really heavy flow, and then it goes underneath and down under my truck there. But normally what it does, we're going to follow the slight little moisture trail if we can. Usually when it's days like today, ultimately by later tonight, it'll be here jutting across, and we can see moisture from earlier today. And it ends up out here in the middle of the roadway, which is a low point. You can see the moisture in from it. It goes right there because it's where the low spot steps up with a resurfacing of asphalt at one time. And this flows down here. It fills this. And probably by midnight it'll be all flowing all the way down here to this drain. This drain is the lowest point in the parking lot, and you can see the sediment trail from last night where it was going. It washes dirt around the edge of the flow. That's that white line you see in the middle there. It's just sand, and that's that looking back on it. And that's it for today.